Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. We're live and recording, so it's off to the races. I'm 12 minutes from Tom's birthplace, and he's about an hour from mine, so it's like we somehow switched places. Thank God with that ugly mug that we also didn't switch faces. Tommy's playoff picks are so 50-50 so far that you can actually taste it, like half and half in your coffee, if that's how you take it. Or that felt really good, but I didn't come if you're forced to fake it. The Bills killed the Pats, but the Bengals, they made it. A playoff win, a short 31 years in the making. The hearts of Cincy fans is what Joe Burrow's been taking. We're in two separate states, separated only by space. I can't wait till Tommy Washington gets back so I can land a big old kiss on his face. He's with his father and son now, 3 generations of Washingtons. And thank God Tim isn't there, or God knows they'd be mocking him. To take us down the rabbit hole, one off color at a time, one off color comment at a time, it's Erica's and Griff's and your best friend and mine. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
I'm not bad, Pat. Sorry to all listeners out there that Pat's shit is coming through super loud.
Every once in a while, it feeds back into my headset too, which is very difficult when I'm reading.
Yeah, I turned it down, and I'm not really sure what else to do here. But we're gonna roll with it. Fuck it.
Can I turn it down on voice meter? Will that help?
You could probably. Do you have the adjustable gain on your microphone?
Yeah, I'm bringing it way down. It's not turning red.
That's good right there.
Is that good?
No.
Is it quieter?
No.
Oh, good. So that works 0.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're doing over there, but we'll make it work.
I turned down the gain, man.
I think that we've also had this problem before because it's like your vocals are just different than mine. So mine.
Are we going live from Texas right now? Is that what's happening?
No, because you don't have your microphone pressed up against your stomach while you're trying to record.
I don't think that was the problem in Texas, but I understand what you're saying.
Erica says,
sounds fine. Does this make a difference if I do this?
Erica says it sounds fine, just a little crackle when you talk, Tom. Well, that's probably because I'm streaming this from a laptop that is probably past its heyday. And, but we're making it work. We're making it work. Had a lot of issues. It's messed up
that Erica mentioned that because I hear the snap, crackle, and pop too. I actually was just closing my eyes and assuming that we were sitting around a campfire. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, that's what we're doing here. We're just making it a little, relaxing for all you folks at home.
Great. A reminder to the Number Niners, this show is really nothing more than a cigarette break recorded live.
So, Pat, you wanted to tell me something about sounds fine or just loud enough or something like that?
I believe that it was something along the lines of all systems are ready for takeoff or something to that effect. So some kind of militaristic term.
Sure.
Tom, I went and saw Scream 5 on Friday night, opening night. Went and saw Scream 5. I can do a movie review later. But do you know what preview I saw during that fucking movie, Tom?
Apollo 13.
Top Gun.
Yeah, the new Top Gun. Top Gun 2.
Oh yeah, it's here. It's not out yet, but it's coming. It looks like it's going to be the exact same thing as the first Top Gun. So if that's something you're into, you're going to love this one. If you didn't think the first one was stellar, probably not the movie for you. I will say that there's like a scene where he first gets back, Tom Cruise, and they're like, Maverick, great to have you back. And he goes, I got to tell you, after all this time, I'm surprised I got an invitation. And his commanding officer goes, yeah, it's called orders, Maverick. So that looks good. It looks like he's going to keep that same, goofy personality, and it'll be funny at least.
Yeah. That was a great movie. I like that movie. I didn't watch it until I was like 35 years old. Pat, what the fuck are you doing?
You're not 35 yet.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I didn't watch it until I was older. Even though it came out around the time I was born. You and this fucking cat, dude, you're killing me.
This is what happens. The cat sits at my feet and cries until I pick her up.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
The cat loves me, man. I actually think the cat's just a whore for attention. She wants to be on the internet.
So Pat, earlier you said that you did not watch any football games yesterday, but you got the live updates for the game. No,
I was watching the live updates. Yeah, I had a little feed going.
So just the Bills game or both games?
Just my brother had the live updates. Scott, my brother had the live updates at a dinner that we had for my birthday for the Bengals game, and then when we were separated, I had the Bills Pats game.
Where did you guys go for your birthday?
Oh, Tom, you're gonna be so upset. I wasn't gonna tell you.
Where'd you go?
That would be the most upsetting place I could go for my birthday.
Well, you probably went to Chuck E. Cheese or something, knowing you, but Texas Day, Brazil?
Texas Day, Brazil it is for the win.
Yeah, I figured that's where you went. I'm a little upset I didn't get an invite. I mean, it's a little fucked up.
Tom, you're in Virginia, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I feel like this was planned before I made my plan to come to Virginia.
It was planned a little bit before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even get a fucking invite. It's pretty fucked up, man.
It was a very small group, Tom.
Well, it was big enough to include your quote-unquote brothers, which I am, but apparently...
quote-unquote brothers.
Well, I'm just saying, you always refer to me as your brother, but yet when it comes to family things and things of that nature, I'm not invited. So clearly I'm not. Here's
what happened. I thought, first off, this was originally because I wanted to go with Elizabeth's grandfather because he always takes us to dinner. And I thought, why don't we take him for my birthday? And then somehow it evolved. Like, obviously I was going to invite my mother, and then my brothers got on board. And then no one from Elizabeth's family ended up getting an invitation to begin with. It got turned around fast.
So it sounds like a pretty big group went.
No, it was myself, two of my brothers, one wife, one daughter, and my mother.
And Miss Elizabeth.
Avi.
Yeah, so it's like 8 people. I don't know what you consider a small group, but I want to call it
7 people. I would say 8 would be a big group.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, yeah, I guess you're right. 6, yeah. All right. Either way, I'm just saying that's a pretty big group, and I mean, I would have liked to have been there. I would have liked to celebrate my best friend's birthday, but it wasn't Griff's birthday, so
now I'm your best friend. When food's involved, I'm your best fucking friend. Look at that.
No, you missed my punchline. Griff wasn't there, and it's not his birthday. So
I missed it.
Yeah, let's be real. He is my best friend. Anyway,
hey Tom, hold on. Texas Day Brazil gives you free dessert, which I did not know.
Yeah.
So I let my niece pick out the dessert, and they brought the dessert about 15 minutes later, and we couldn't figure out why it would take 15 minutes. We thought maybe they were baking it from scratch because that's a pretty nice place.
Yeah.
They brought it 15 minutes later because I'm pretty sure they just freeze their desserts and then thaw them when it's time for dessert.
Well, that makes sense, so they don't go bad.
I'm not a huge fan of sweets to begin with, but that fucking chocolate cake tasted like dirt with chocolate syrup on it. It was awful, and nobody at the table liked it.
Really?
It was like gritty in my mouth, if that like dirt, like sand.
Sounds gross.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Erica said she was home, could have invited her. And she had nothing to do last night. She sat at home all by herself. So,
well played, nice. Erica. Hit him with that winky face. Yeah, Erica wasn't there. That's a good point.
That was an eye rolly emoji because you didn't invite her.
Oh, no, I hit her with the winky face because I said Erica wasn't there. Winky face.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah, so I drove down here Friday night, Pat. Was a pretty uneventful ride. Colin stayed awake all until the time we got dinner, and as soon as we ate something, he passed right the fuck out and slept pretty much the rest of the ride.
Like a true Washington going into a food coma.
Yeah, I was. It was a rough ride, man. I was tired. I don't remember getting off the highway. I don't know how familiar you are with Hampton, but Mercury Boulevard is like the strip where everything is. And I get off on Mercury Boulevard and it's like a mile and a half to my parents' house. I do not remember driving down Mercury Boulevard when I got off the highway.
Seems like that was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it was rough, but good thing I was almost here. So I got here at like 1:15 Saturday morning, and didn't really do much yesterday. Just kind of set up for the show. Had a lot of technical issues. Got most of them worked out, and now and then we watched the games last night. That Bengals game. If you haven't heard about it yet, and you plan on watching some of the games today, you'll hear about it. There was
Heard little bits and pieces.
There was a touchdown by the Bengals in the second quarter that Joe Burrow was running out of bounds, and the stupid ref blew the whistle after he threw the ball, which blows the play dead, right?
Yeah.
Whenever it doesn't matter what happens, you blow a whistle, the play's dead, you replay the down. Or the play's over, right? Depending on what the outcome was or what the issue was. And they blow the whistle after he throws the ball, but before the catch. The defenders stopped defending because they figured he ran out of bounds, and that's why they blew the whistle. And they catch a touchdown, and then they fucking count it as a touchdown. So I thought about this. Yeah, so I thought about this after the game last night, and I was like, the Bengals won by a touchdown. So you can't really say, like, it didn't have anything to, like, it didn't impact the game because it was also second down. Or no, it was third down. So if they replay the down and the Raiders get a stop, well, now they kick a field goal and they're only up by 3 instead of the touchdown at the end of the game. And the Raiders were in field goal range to tie the game at the end of the game. So that kind of really fucked the Raiders. Now, don't get me wrong. The Raiders had an opportunity to tie the game at the end of the game, and they came up short. But my point being, if they replay that down and the Raiders get a stop, and they kick a field goal instead of the touchdown, it totally alters the outcome of the game, 100%. And I was listening to, I ran up this morning to get gas and stuff, and I was listening to this guy on the radio, and he's like, oh, it doesn't make a difference. They had opportunities. Sure they did. But at the end of the day, the score of the game is what matters. And that totally changes the outcome of the game, and they fucked up.
It matters in umpteen different ways, including momentum and strategy. You reacting to a 3-point score versus a 7-point score, both in mentality and strategy, are significantly different. We see things like this all the time. If it's an egregious act, they'll somehow come up with a new rule for next year, like we've seen with the most recently the kickoff returns, and we've seen with the pass interference calls. Face masking has dramatically changed. Helmet to helmet hits have dramatically changed. If it's something like that, some of those are safety related, but if it's something significant enough, they'll make the change. But I think as sports fans, we've all learned to accept that some shit's going to happen, and you roll with those punches.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that we are in, we're not playing 1950s football. We're playing 2020s football, where the technology is there. And New York, a couple times during that game, called in and on the fly, reverse calls that were catches that they called incomplete, and shit like that. And these refs got together and debated what they were going to do. And when they made the wrong call and said, hey, yeah, it's a touchdown, we blew it after he caught the ball. Well, New York should have reviewed it. All scoring plays are reviewed anyway. So they should have reviewed it and said, no, you blew the whistle, replay the down. I wonder
if there's a proximity issue there. And don't get me wrong, I don't know what the rule is, but obviously New York looked at this. You know what I mean? It's not like they were like, all right, 5-minute break, everybody. I wonder if, let's just say, the furthest ref from the action blew the whistle, and he was at the 50, and this was happening towards the end zone. And the guy towards the end zone, especially on defense, couldn't hear the whistle blow. They're like, okay, well, there's a bylaw for this, and the play stands as it was called on the field.
They would have said that during, they would have said that during the broadcast last night. They also said, the NFL came out and said, we will not make a statement on this play until after the game. Like, awesome. What kind of cowardly shit is that? So anyway, so
Tony.
that's what happened.
Oh Jesus! I just called you Tony.
Well, because Tony was jerking off last night. I'm surprised he went to your dinner and missed that game.
There's a reason my dinner was at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, the game started
He tried to
at
get
4.
he tried to get me to switch it to Sunday, but the Cowboys play on Sunday, and that's Scott's team, so it wouldn't have made a difference. The answer became, we're going to watch the game, we're going to eat dinner as early as possible. Tony will record it live, and he'll just fast forward the commercials. When we left dinner, it was only 7-3. The Bengals were up 7-3.
I see.
Tom, I see your jersey. 2 questions. One, is that going to Buffalo Wild Wings with you?
We're not going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay. Question number 2.
I bought 2 buckets of Jade Timothy wings and brought them down here.
Absolutely insane. Okay. Wow. Are you wearing a Ray Lewis jersey, Patrick Willis jersey, or is that a Clay Matthews jersey? I'm confused.
Well, it's a 49ers
All I can see
jersey.
is that it's number 52. Is that Dave Edwards or Pepper Johnson?
It's a fucking 49ers jersey. So you're right in your Patrick Willis. I'm surprised you know who that is, Pat.
Is that Khalil Mack or Dexter Coakley?
I bought this jersey. Eric and I had just started dating. We were probably dating for maybe a year. I buy this jersey, and then like 3 weeks later, Patrick Willis retired, and I was fucking heartbroken. But
you thought, man, I really need a Tom Howard jersey, so I'm going to grab this bad boy right off the rack.
Did you go and look up all the players that played number 52?
I'm going to name every number 52 there is, motherfucker.
That because I see you keep looking down at your iPad, so clearly you went.
No, it says Tim Johnson, John Beeson, and Mike Jones. Which one of them is that jersey for?
There is no way that Pat knew who Patrick Willis was. So
I definitely know Patrick Willis, Clay Matthews, Dexter Coakley, Khalil Mack, and fucking Ray Lewis.
I didn't realize that Ray Lewis was number 52.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's the only one of those players that's already in the Hall of Fame.
I'm pretty sure Patrick Willis is getting inducted this year. Oh, so you know when I bought this was 5 years ago because he went first ballot. So
there you go.
And you have to be retired for 5 years in order to get into the Hall of Fame. So, yeah.
Unless you're Tom Brady. I'm pretty sure they're going to induct Tom Brady into the Hall of Fame before he retires because they're just waiting at this point. They're just going to bring it to him. They're just going to be like, here's a trophy, bro. You earned this.
Do you really think Tom Brady's a first ballot? Really?
I guess time will tell on that one.
Yeah, so we're not going to Buffalo Wild Wings. I bought J. Tim wings. We actually had some last night. So you can buy them cold pack, they call it. So all they do is they fry them once, right? And then they give you the sauce, and then you cook them the rest of the way with the sauce on them. It's fucking good. So we had some last night. We're going to try and eat as many as we can today, but I have a feeling I'm going to be coming home with a lot of wings. But it's cool that they weren't already cooked so that they don't get soggy and shit. They were actually almost like we ate them there. So that game's not till 4. My parents won't be home till later. They got some shit going on this morning, so I'll be watching the first game by myself. I have no idea who's playing the first game. It's not the Chiefs game, is it?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Or is it because the Arizona Rams game's tonight, right? Or is that tomorrow?
Today is 1:00 Eagles Bucks, 4:30 Cowboys Niners, and 8:15 Steelers Chiefs.
Oh, so the Rams Cardinals is tomorrow night. Yeah, man. So far I'm 50-50 on my picks. I still have a feeling that the rest of them are going to play out just how we saw. It's also going to change the seeding for the AFC and who's going to play who next. So there's that downside. Rick Washington's in the chat. He said that's a great looking remote studio. It's yours truly. Yes, it is. He must be on
great.
break and what he's doing. So thanks for stopping in. Anyway,
Tom, behind you, are there 2 tall, thin windows?
Yeah, it's a slider.
Oh, that's a door.
Yeah.
Wow, you're sitting high.
Yeah, dude, these chairs are like 3 feet off the ground. They're like bar stools.
All right.
It's quite the tall table.
On my end, your video feed is completely frozen, but your audio is coming through just fine.
Well, as long as the audio's coming through just fine.
Yeah, we
On
just
OBS,
see
it
you
looks like
there
I'm still
in that
moving.
52 jersey.
My stuff says it's all there. I don't know what to say.
That's good.
Anyway.
You ready to get into some memes?
Yeah, let's do it. Pat, you want to explain this first one?
Yeah. So I saw this first meme and I thought, man, this is really good, because it's the difference between equality and justice. And it's three people watching a baseball game over a fence. And they're given three equal sized boxes. And the shortest person is standing on the box and can't see over the fence. The middle person is standing on the box and can just barely see over the fence. And the third person is standing on the box and the fence is about to his waist. And it says, this is equality because they all have the same size box. And then in the next picture, the tall person can see over the fence standing on the ground. The medium-sized person is still standing on one box and can see over the fence. And the smallest person has two boxes and can also see over the fence now. And it says, this is justice. And I thought, wow, that's a really powerful cartoon. I really like that. And the comment under it from this guy Xavier says, this is crime. They're watching without tickets. And I thought it was like the best response to that fucking picture I could think of.
I like the response.
Yeah, really good.
All right, next one.
Tom, this was emailed in by a guy you and I both know and love. His name's Tom Washington.
I was going to say, I sent this in. I saw this
That
morning
is correct.
when I was taking a shit, and I nearly pissed myself. So I thought it was pretty good.
Are you going to read this one?
Nope, because I can't see it.
All right. Tom, this is a email from
a
student. It says he got drunk and emailed his teacher. His teacher actually responded. So the email, never mind I'm going to try to read through the plethora of spelling and grammatic errors and just like the weird abbreviations that this guy used. But imagine it's a shit show. And he says, Mr. Martin, just letting you know that you are a motherfucking G, and I'm sorry that you're bald, LOL. If you want, I can hook you up with a girl who can get your hair back and keep you banging. Also, I just needed to ask you for an extension on my paper. I'm really fucked up right now and will be sick as fuck tomorrow. Keep slaying, boy. And I forgot to do school loop again. Love you and see you Monday. Good fucking yard. Patrick Davidson. So the teacher responds with, Patrick, sounds like you had a great night. I will extend your paper deadline to Wednesday at midnight. It must be submitted to whatever that website is. Please refer to my syllabus for information on how to submit your paper. I appreciate your concerns for my bald head. My wife likes it, and I don't get paid enough to get hair implants. On a side note, what were you drinking last night? Next time you email me, I'd like a bottle of whatever you had so I don't have to remember what you said. Good yard, Mr. Martin.
It's fucking awesome.
I'm so curious what he meant by good yard. Maybe good night, but I don't know. It's classic.
Yeah, good yard. I have no idea what the fuck that. We should have looked that up on Urban Dictionary.
Tom, the last one. This is similar to the first one in that I thought it was a really good post, and then somebody's comment sets it ablaze. So this one says, you can have sex with one real person from all human history. Who is your ultimate lay? And this poor guy writes, I'd like to have sex one more time with my wife who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may die young and leave you wanting. And somebody else posted, I also choose this guy's dead wife. To be fair, he sold her as like a top pick, so, it sounds like a good bet.
Classic. That's a good meme. It's not really a meme, but you get it. All right, Pat, you want to get in the Three Finger News after we hear from Anchor.fm?
Yeah, let's hear from the boys over at Anchor.
If they'd actually play. Griff the other day goes, yo, man, so your guy's middle read didn't go in for some reason. And I was like, yeah, man, I listened to the one on Monday and realized that too. He goes, it's so funny to hear you guys go, let's hear from Anchor.fm. All right, how about those guys over at Anchor.fm? Because the fucking ad doesn't play. Classic. Now, typically, Pat, I don't save these parts until we're done, but I'm going to save this because computer's running a little choppy.
That's fair.
Oh, boy.
I got some string cheese.
Pat, if this thing fucks up, dude, oh, I'm going to be so upset. Oh, boy.
If your computer fucks up, I'm going to write a fan letter into the show about how much time I wasted preparing it.
Oh, boy. It's not good. Audacity is not having a good time right now.
Oh, my video's frozen, and your video's frozen now.
See, on my side, I see all the videos and everything on the stream. I have no idea if it's accurate.
On mine, I'm blowing a huge vape cloud, and I've been eating a string cheese for the last minute or so.
Classic.
I hear the playback.
Yeah, I'm watching. Oh, yeah, you're right. We're the stream's frozen. Encoding overload. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Oh boy. This thing's still not responding. Oh boy. Well, this isn't good. Well, your vape cloud went away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's crazy is on my screen, everything still looks good. That's the